So when will we likely see interest rate relief then for Aussies who are doing it tough still?
It's going to be, on my assessment and the assessment of economists in general, the end of 2024. The Reserve Bank has a meeting in November. And yes, if you've got a mortgage, and remembering Australians on average have much larger mortgages than you see in similar nations, it's going to be a long time between drinks.
Now, when we talk about struggling inflation and struggling to bring that down in Australia compared to other countries, you mentioned there that we started, inflation started earlier and that kind of thing. But when will Australia likely declare victory on inflation? Are there other factors that are contributing to this as to why we're struggling to bring it down?
And we are doing very well. Worth a reminder that inflation in prices in general for consumers is just under 3.5%. That's less than half the peak we saw at the end of 2022. And you would expect that it will continue to improve from here, and indeed probably at a rate faster than the Reserve Bank is imagining. But it's always been that last mile. It's the tricky stuff that inflation is left in now. It's things like rent, it's things like insurance, it's things like education costs. That combination of things, broadly services, that's going to be harder to defeat inflation on that front. We're not the only ones. All around the world, you're seeing a similar story. And because they started their inflation earlier, they're seeing that story play out earlier. But the US is a great example. Inflation has struggled to go down in the last couple of months in the US. That means their rate cuts, yes, they'll get them comfortably before ours, but not that soon.